Have some breaking news coming in as far as the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine is concerned. Now, Israel Defense Force has said that it struck around 150 underground Hamas targets overnight. IDF went on to say that it has bombed Hezbollah's military infrastructure in Lebanon overnight. The IDF and ISA killed the head of Hamas's aerial array, Assem Abu Raqaba. Now, Abu Raqaba was responsible for Hamas's UAVs, drones, paragliders, aerial detection and aerial defense as well. He took part in the planning of the massacre of the communities surrounding the Gaza Strip on October 7th attack as well. We have CNN News 18's Abhishek Jha joining us on the broadcast to give us more details about this. Abhishek, could you give us more details about this bombing that happened overnight by IDF?
Well, IDF forces did enter Gaza last night, and there are reports that hundreds of them were on ground, and many, about 150 tunnels. That is what Israeli defense forces have claimed, that they were able to destroy them. There are also reports from Palestinian side that Hamas fighters tried to encounter many of the Israeli soldiers and their armored vehicles, and some of the tanks were destroyed, and some injuries and casualties were also inflicted upon Israeli defense forces. However, these claims have not been verified or confirmed by Israeli forces, but we do know that after heavy bombardment, a fierce battle ensued in the Gaza Strip with the Israeli forces on ground, and that was the second time in the last 48 hours that Israeli forces entered Gaza. Earlier on Thursday. In the early hours of Thursday also, Israeli army had entered Gaza to kind of take a sense of the situation and the realities and the kind of resistance they might face. And probably after assessing all those information, they entered in a major, big way into the Gaza Strip. And yesterday night, it was a very fierce battle that has happened between the two sides in Gaza Strip.
Right, Abhishek. And what do we know about this Abu Raqaba, the man we are talking about?
So, well, there are reports that he may have been killed, but he was one of the senior most person who was handling the Hamas organization, and we still not are very much sure if what has happened to him. Israeli forces are in a way telling that during the attack they were able to clear, or they were able to eliminate many of the senior leaders of Hamas. Then we have also seen visuals where the heavy bombardment had happened in Gaza Strip. Many civilian infrastructure were also attacked. There are reports that dozens of people were killed last night also. One of the hospitals being run by Indonesian government was also, the vicinity of that hospital was also attacked. It was complete blackout in Gaza Strip few hours before the Israeli army entered the entire stretch. And the internet was blackout and the electricity blackout was probably a reason that the Palestinian side have claimed that they wanted a complete, that Israeli forces wanted a complete information blackout, that whatever is happening in Gaza Strip would not come out until the wee hours of Saturday, and probably that was one of the reasons why this entire blackout has happened. Israeli forces' claims are very tall. They are saying that many Hamas installations, their tunnels and their networks were destroyed, and some senior leaders of Hamas were also eliminated during the night-long operation.
Right, Abhishek. Thank you so much for bringing in all those crucial details. We'll keep coming back to you for more updates on that. But right now, we are shifting focus slightly towards the UNGA resolution that was abstained by India. In fact, the United Nations General Assembly has now voted overwhelmingly in favor of a resolution calling for an immediate humanitarian truce between Israel and Hamas. Now, India actually abstained from voting. What we are also learning about this is that there were 120 votes in favor of this particular resolution, whereas 14 were against it and 45 abstentions were also there. While India did abstain from voting on the draft resolution made by Jordan, but in fact voted in favor of a Canadian amendment which carried a condemnation on Hamas. Now, Canada's amendment did not receive the necessary two-thirds majority in the UNGA.